Hi, this is Kitty Anderson again. Good to see you. Today, I'm going to talk about the menopause big lie. This is now my hashtag, right? This is a hashtag. HRT reduces your risk for breast cancer. Spread the news. Spread the news. Spread the news. This is crazy. The exact same study that released in 2002 that HRT causes breast cancer is now reversing that or retracting that information. The International Menopause Society posted a video on HRT and cardiovascular disease. And buried inside of that video, they say HRT reduces your risk for breast cancer. You have known this all along because it's making you overall have great health. All of your numbers look better. You're able to pursue fitness. You have energy to get up in the morning. You're a different person with HRT. You're an absolutely better person with HRT because you're allowed to get your hormone levels up to premenopausal level. So you have vitality in your life again. You have it all. But they scared women into thinking that HRT causes breast cancer, and now they're reversing it 20 years later. 20 years later, way too late for most women. You can still get benefits from HRT. I'm going to go into detail about that video, but I've also created a transcript for you. Look in the YouTube description, and it's a transcript of the entire video, and it talks all about the benefits of HRT from the mouths of the researchers. And this is what your doctor is looking for. They want information from other doctors or researchers in HRT saying HRT is beneficial. Well, this transcript, you can copy it, ship it off in an email to your doctor. They should never deny you HRT. It is good for you, and I'll get into the details. But the new news is HRT does not cause breast cancer, and HRT reduces your risk for breast cancer. This is crazy. This is the world we live in. Bad information everywhere. If this resonates with you, please like this video, share this video, help your sisters. See a sister, help a sister. We've got to get this news out there. It's just too important. Okay, I'll get into the details now. Hey again. So I got to tell you, this is just ticking me off. This is ticking me off. This is crazy. Why are they doing this 20 years later? Why didn't they release the information earlier? They're going to tell you in the transcript they had the information earlier and they did not protect you. They did not protect any of us. And this is the vibe that we get from our doctors, is that they're always lying to us because the hormone loss has destroyed us. It has destroyed us. We had a premenopausal life. Then we got to perimenopause and the stressors on our life became insane. And then we get to postmenopause and everything is flat. Everything in our life is flat. Our emotions are flat. Our voices are flat. Everything is crazy flat. So it's destroying our health. It is destroying our health. So I'm going to go through the highlights of what they talk about. And what's really sad is if you go to that video, and I'll put the video title here for you, you go to that video and you see these white men in white coats. And usually the IMS is better at putting women on the screen for menopause. But this time they totally blew it because the top researchers, unfortunately, are white men in white research coats. They're not even doctors. So there is no apology. There is no apology to women that, oh, sorry, we just kind of let the press take our press release and blow it out into the world. And we never did a real retraction. We were doing this fake retraction inside of this video, buried under tons and tons of slides and tons of research. This is over an hour-long video where all they needed to do is say, we made a mistake. We lied. The big menopause lie, right? We made a mistake. And they're not doing it. They're not saying that. They're couching it and they're cautioning, and there is no caution. It reduces the risk. In the 21-year follow-up study, they found that HRT reduces your risk for breast cancer. So when people are older and their hormones are low, it's a problem. It's a problem, and it causes all kinds of disease. So I'm angry. They're not apologizing to us. They won't apologize. Don't ever expect your doctor to apologize for poor research and poor release of it and poor public perception. They're going to blame. In fact, at the very end, somebody asks, aren't you expecting a lawsuit on this because you lied? You let something get out to the press and you did not correct it. You have menopause misinformation out there and you did not correct it. And they said, no, I don't think you can sue the US government. Oh my God, yes, we can sue the US government. And we probably should sue the principal investigators and all the researchers. Maybe that's why they hid it all this time, because they know that they could be sued. I mean, it's ridiculous. How many millions, tens of millions of women have been injured by the lack of HRT for the last 20 years. Don't get me started. I could just scream about this. This just makes me livid. But I'm here to give you solid information from these researchers. At least they put it into a presentation. But get it again, the presentation is for doctors, and there's only 2,000 subscribers on the IMS website. Not all doctors are hearing this. Not all doctors know everything. So you have a job of educating your doctor, and I have created tools for you to send to your doctor on email, or you print it off and you hand it to them. Tell them they are responsible for all your future health. All of it belongs in their hands. You can skip all the other drugs if you get the HRT. I can't tell you how important this is. Going down the body identical path, and you can get that from the conventional OBGYN. I'm going to put down here that the top product is transdermal estradiol, has the most benefits, micronized oral progesterone, and transdermal testosterone. Get all three, get them all together. It's powerhouse. Go, 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 go. This is for you. This is for your life. You need all three. And it's going to seem like a fog while you're trying to work your way through this. But your symptoms are key. Nothing is more important than your symptoms. So I'm going to follow this little section with some research based on that transcript, just so you see the highlights. I'm only going to let you see the highlights. Do some screenshots, share them with friends, bust the myths, stop the lies. It's our job to stop the lies. Women are suffering, and the doctors are going to let it happen. They basically shrug their shoulders. They're not going to go correct this out in mass media. It's up to us. So please help your sisters. Do a screenshot of something that rings true with you, or like this video, or share this video, or I don't know. I don't know what else we can do. It's up to us. It's up to us to educate our doctors. It's up to us. It's just there is nobody else to carry this. There is no one else. I'm sorry. But we're not good about educating women about their options. Once again, you can come to me for coaching. You can email me at jumpstartaip@gmail.com, and I will send you my free ebook with 100 pages of menopause research. You will benefit from this ebook. It will tell you how to optimize your own hormones. Okay? I want wellness for you. I want things to go well. I want it to work. All right. Okay, our first slide is the title of the video. So it's primary prevention of cardiovascular disease with MHT, which is hormone therapy. Where are we now? So the whole video is pitched as cardiovascular disease update, published January 19th, 2022. But essentially, this is your retraction for the statement that HRT causes breast cancer. In fact, they will say, and I'll tell you the minute and the second that they say it, so your doctor can go look it up. If they need to, if they don't believe this, they can look it up. So here's that slide. The next slide is answering the question, is there risk of breast cancer with HRT use? And at minute 53, second 34, they basically say there was no significant risk of breast cancer with HRT use. And we knew that even in 2002. What they did is they released raw statistics, which were not adjusted for all the different factors that goes into breast cancer, right? Once you adjust for those factors, you find out, oh, it's not the HRT users, right? Then also, there is a 40% reduction in breast cancer mortality in CEE, which is an estrogen product, alone. So they saw a dramatic decrease in breast cancer in the estrogen only group, which kind of we're still addressing breast cancer. So Dr. Langer is the second presenter, and his entire title is about where the WHI went wrong and what it got right. So at minute 21, second number 5, he says the WHI results were distorted and misrepresented so that most doctors don't understand that there is no risk of breast cancer with HRT use. No conflicts to declare, he said. And this is his personal opinion, but he was a principal investigator. He had access to all of the data coming out of the WHI trial. And that trial was a very large trial. And large trials are usually more valid than the smaller trials. The next question that we're asking is there increased mortality from HRT use? Are the group of women that use HRT more likely to die than the group of women that don't? And at minute 14, second 19, it says observational studies show a 20 to 60% reduction in all causes of mortality or all causes of death in HRT users. These are the women that selected to do HRT. So these are the women that have symptoms from menopause, right? A 60% reduction in your chance of death, that sounds pretty awesome. And then comes a warning that I put on the same slide as the mortality. Avoidance of initiating hormone therapy in postmenopausal women aged 50 to 59 years results in increased disease conditions and mortality and has immense personal and societal costs. If we ever put a number to this, oh my God, it is so scary. A large percentage of women lose their jobs. A large percentage of women are dying earlier than they would need to. And with that comes all the hospital bills and all of the illness and all of the lost joy in your life. Oh my gosh, we have to get the HRT and get our lives back. Okay, let's switch over to cardiovascular disease, which is what this is supposedly about. This is supposedly about cardiovascular disease. So, is there increased cardiovascular disease or death from HRT use. And I just had a client ask me this today because cardiovascular disease runs in her family. She doesn't even have any signs of it. She's only 56, but she still had the concern that she didn't have the information. Well, this is going to blow your mind. 40 studies. We have 40 observational studies all showing that HRT reduces your risk for cardiovascular disease by up to 50%. So you have half the risk because your veins and arteries stay elastic with the estradiol, everything. There is no plaque buildup. I had a CIMT measure done on me at 13 years of HRT, and it said I had zero chance of cardiovascular disease even in the next 10 years. So it's forecasting out into the future that my HRT is working so well that I have no risk. And this is proof. And this is not even talking about diet. This is just talking about HRT use. So let's get to a Cochrane analysis. So your doctor's going to know what this is. It's an analysis of many studies. So they kind of take a bunch of studies and squish the data all together and massage the data to try and come out with a bigger picture, a more valid picture. So the Cochrane analysis confirms HRT reduces your risk of cardiovascular disease by 50%, with a 30% reduction in all-cause mortality. So you're getting the benefits of no cardiovascular disease, and they're also showing you're just much less likely to die. Is that valuable? I think so. Let's talk specifically about cancer and cancer deaths. And I mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it again. It's just shocking because we think of cancer as this random thing that just happens to people randomly. Well, it's not so random. Your hormones are involved and they are protective. So at minute 15, 5 seconds, WHI data from 2017 in women aged 50 to 59 using HRT saw reduction in all-cause mortality, all cancer mortality. So just let that sink in. Any kind of cancer, any kind, even estrogen-driven cancers, guys. This is cancer, right? You don't have enough estrogen in your HRT to drive a cancer. And it's things like sedentary lifestyle and alcohol use and those types of things that give you cancer, right? And if you've ever had stress to the point where you have not had a period, that shows you how stress suppresses your hormones. Your hormones were basically postmenopausal during that time. It's really, really bad. We do have to manage stress. Here it is. So here's a quick note on bone health. So this is an update. Minute 18, second 46, the WHI study found that HRT use reduces your risk of bone fractures. And we have some really good numbers on this that we've had from other studies. But this is that big randomized study that your doctor is going to rely on. And get this information to your doctor, and they will start to understand how critical HRT is to your health. Is HRT useful for reducing the symptoms of menopause? Well, yes, of course. And that's what we've always presented it for. But it's really disease prevention, as you can see, and menopausal symptoms. I have another video called the 159 plus menopausal symptoms. So hormones affect everything, they do. But at least we have, from this video, they are saying at minute 19, HRT is the most effective therapy for reducing menopausal symptoms. No herbals, no other drugs, even though they have lots of other drugs to give you if you don't take the HRT, and they have side effects. So don't go that way, go to the HRT. What about diabetes? Well, HRT reduces the diabetes markers, fasting blood glucose and HbA1c. So those markers of diabetes are automatically lowered with the use of high dose. Those markers are automatically lowered with the use of high dose HRT. You want to make sure you get a high enough dose to get the benefits. So yes, if you have diabetes, you should be doing HRT. And at minute 18, 46 seconds, HRT reduces new onset diabetes mellitus. New onset. Get it before you get tissue damage. And then it controls your willpower for diet and exercise. It controls your energy for exercise. You will be able to get your act together with the HRT. You will be able to do things you never could do before. So at minute 52, 59 seconds, they finally talk about Alzheimer's and dementia. All the neuroscientists know about hormones and their wonderful impact on your brain, how they are the architect of your entire brain. And if you don't get the HRT in the first 3 years around menopause, you're going to have brain damage. Every single hot flash means brain damage. You need to work on this. But at 52, 59, they say, Dr. Langer says, on the WHI study, so that big valid study, we have reasonably good evidence that MHT is a strong preventative for Alzheimer's. And I heard on a podcast that Roberta Diaz-Brinton found that there was a 73% reduction in your risk for Alzheimer's from using HRT in 4,000 women in Kentucky. 4,000 smart women in Kentucky got their HRT and they're not getting Alzheimer's. Think about it. No doctor is getting this information. You are going to bring this information to your doctor. Let me add another exciting thing. This does not fit with the International Menopause Society video. This is something I just Googled because I was working with somebody today, and it's related to that last question on Alzheimer's risk. So this is a study by the neuroscientists, and the one I follow is Roberta Diaz-Brinton. Have followed her for years. So she just published another study with some cohorts, 300,000 women, observational studies. So these are women that selected HRT, so they had it for their menopausal symptoms. So they had a reduced risk of all neurodegenerative diseases. So things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, all those brain events were significantly reduced. And they said a 58% reduction in risk for those types of diseases, especially in long-term therapy use, and especially if you used estradiol and progesterone as the ingredients on the labels of your products. So keep that in mind. That's important. But look at those numbers. We're finally getting to those numbers. It's finally happening. Thank you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm so excited. That's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm still angry. I'm always going to be angry. I got lucky and I got HRT during this window of misinformation. I got lucky because I had a European doctor and he kept me on track in spite of the damaging press release from the WHI study, in spite of the cover of Time magazine, and pretty much every magazine back then said don't do HRT. So when I got to HRT at 2007, my doctor just had personal experience with women recovering with HRT, including testosterone. So I've been using HRT successfully for 14 years. My brain is here today. Because of HRT, I would be in the same kind of condition my mother was in if I did not get the HRT. I'm not a better person. I don't have better genetics. I'm not a magical person with access to extra stuff. I am just the average woman who got above average treatment. I got help. I got the help I needed. And I never found, I've had 12 doctors now in 14 years. I've never found a doctor that knew as much as I know now. So if you need someone to bounce your ideas off of, if you need somebody for some direction and you want some coaching, email me at jumpstartaip@gmail.com. I am happy to help. I help women every day. That's what I do. That's what I do. But I hope this helps. Spread the word. This video is basically an apology to you. I'm sorry they did not get you HRT. We got to change this. Please spread the word. Thank you. Take care.